Well, hello folks. Welcome to the channel. It is Mark here with It's All About Racing. I'm recording this on the day after my leaving Watkins Glen for the Watkins Glen 6 Hour. Now, the car that you're looking at here is one of those contracted cars that Spark produced for ERA Motorsports. So this is actually in 1/64 scale. So it is not a regular Sparky 1/64 scale car. As a matter of fact, when you take a look at it, you can see WW Spark models. You see the Spark on top, 2020, 25, much as they do like with their Formula One cars. And then you're going to see Shopify, we'll talk about them, ERA Motorsports on the back. And Spark Minimax looks just like a 143 scale car, but it's not. And it is completely sealed. This was actually given to me by the ERA Motorsports team at Watkins Glen. They had a number of these they were giving out. And let's get down to it. Now, when you're a company like ERA Motorsports and you contract a car, you get that car made any way that you like. This one has a base that looks like a lot of the Spark cars that is actually, is banked, so to speak. You see ERA Motorsports in the back of the box, as we talked about before. Well, God knows I've got enough LMP2s in 143 scale. Folks, this is the first LMP2 I have ever gotten in 1/64 scale, and it is a really nice looking car. Now, the LMP2 was introduced in 2017 as a cost-effective prototype for Pro-Am teams. Current chassis supplier in almost every Universal Series as of 2025 is from the French, yes, Orica. You guessed it. The engines are supplied by Gibson Technologies, regardless of chassis manufacturer. It's a 4-liter naturally aspirated V8. It sounds phenomenal, and I don't think anybody that's ever been to a race would ever tell me that the LMP2 cars don't sound absolutely phenomenal. They do. In 2027, that's just 2 years from now, the LMP2 will undergo a redo, and it needs it because the chassis is really aging. Although it's terrific, it's reliable as all heck, it is aging. Fortunately, Gibson will remain the engine supplier, but sadly, the new one will be turbocharged. Now, since 2021, BOP changes have severely slowed down the class as not to embarrass the new expensive factory-supplied hypercars. Everybody knows that. In fact, if you watched qualifying or even the race at Watkins Glen in the first few laps before the hypercars were really able to get up to speed, the LMP2 cars were actually within the hypercar field. They're that good, even as severely restricted as they are, with weight disadvantages, restrictors on the engine, which only puts out about 600 horsepower, so forth and so on. Now, as far as ERA Motorsports, they started their LMP program in 2020 and won the Rolex 24-hour just a year later in 2021, as well as securing the Asian Le Mans Championship. Now, being a Sparky car, well, a Spark 1/64 scale car, they do not have the names of the drivers on the back of the base, but they are from left to right. Paul-Loup Chaton, a Frenchman who is their FIA Gold driver. Every LMP2 team can have a gold or platinum ranked driver, but they have to have at least one bronze. In this case, they have two. The second is Tobias Luki from Canada. Now, he is new for this year. He's an FIA bronze and the co-founder of Shopify, the sponsor that you see on the car. What a surprise. And the last FIA bronze driver on the team is David Heinmeier Hansen from Denmark. He's been around for a while with the team. He's an FIA bronze driver and the creator of Ruby on Rails. Now, I'm told that is a web framework written in Ruby. Whatever the heck that is, I have no freaking clue. Now, here's a really cool look and a very close-up look at the front of the car. And, as I've told many of you, You know, we love to get close-up looks at these cars. It really, in many cases, enhances what they look like. It also shows many of the defects, and you are going to see where the yellow paint on both sides here is already cracked. Probably it was just applied so heavily that it did. Now, this is a really cool and unique livery. Now, if you are familiar with the LMP2 class, there is one thing that you know about in the IMSA series, and that is that the number panel, although it looks black, is actually blue, and that is required by the series. Also, the end caps on the rear wing are blue. Now, on the front of this, you've got this really massively, I think it's a great looking front splitter, and it looks really, really sharp. The headlights are quite good. The livery looks phenomenal. I mean, it is really, really a nicely done product. Are you going to see a lot of carbon fiber trim and things like that? No, this is 1/64 scale. Now there's a cool look at the front of the side of the car. The wheels, well, they're about as good as you get in 1/64 scale, which is not bad. I mean, you can actually see the rotor back there. I don't know that you can see the brake calipers. You do have the number panel here, and you do also have the leader light on the side. Now, that leader light, normally when these cars are racing, shows up blue, and in daylight, you can't see them at all. They're absolutely freaking useless. They do shine and look bright at night, but at Watkins Glen, it was a day race, so again, you know, they're supposed to tell you what place the car is within their class, and you can't see them as a spectator at all. They're absolutely useless. Also notice on the cabin door, you're not going to see the names of the drivers anywhere. Probably too small, and they may not have, quite frankly, even specified for Spark to have done that, which kind of surprised me. You do see ERA Motorsport on the air intake valve, and of course you see David Meyer Heinzen copy Shop, or I'm sorry, it's Shopify there, and Shop Pay, which is probably, I'm not sure about that. It might be a part of Shopify. I really don't know. Also on the side of an LMP2 car, as you well know, where you see this aluminum heat shield is where your exhaust is, and I think they did a really good job with that. The livery looks really, really cool. It is very sophisticated looking. There you can see it from the side. Now, from the rear, you don't see much, to be honest with you. It's very, very uninspiring. There are no exhausts coming out the back. You have brake and tail lights down here. It's 1/64 scale. They're not done in red. In fact, I don't think I've ever even seen a 1/43 scale car that has actually done that up in red. And, you know, if you look on down as the livery goes from the front to the rear, very, very nicely done. I think it looks pretty sharp. Nice blend of green, yellow, and purple all the way around. Well, folks, this is going to wrap up our review of the ERA Motorsports LMP2 from the folks at Spark that you see right there. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.